Yeah, lose that evil jacket.
It's just so windy outside. Makes me cold.
Oh, these desks are a little bit being too walking. Back. There you go. Amy stands before you, managing attention in the power stance. Communicating respect. Oh, she's got her book open. Bad call. Saying to herself, I respect my audience. Finding friendly eyes near the front and center. Say your name. Feel the love. Start your speech.
Hi, I'm Amy.
Hi, Amy.
So everyone has flaws, and many of us have a very specific list in our memory bank of what we believe these flaws are. An author, Lisa Kleypas, once said, "You are your own worst enemy." If you can stop expecting impossible perfection from yourself and others, you may be able to find the happiness that has always eluded you. I can very confidently and sadly say that I am in no doubt my own worst enemy. So today I'm going to share with you why I am personally committed to being nicer to myself. I'm going to tell you 2 reasons why I'm personally committed to this, and 3 actions that I'm taking to help me achieve my personal commitment. The reason why I'm sharing this today is because I believe it's something that a lot of people struggle with, and many people could definitely be nicer to themselves. And so I hope that by sharing my actions and what I'm doing, it can inspire everyone here to do this as well. So the first reason why I am personally committed to being nicer to myself is to help my anxiety. Anxiety is a psychiatric disorder which in my case directly affects an autoimmune disorder I have called eczema, which is like a dry, red, small rash. So my anxiety is something that I struggle with constantly, but it is heightened in situations where I have to make friends with people I've never met before, or be in a new place for a long period of time that I've never been before, or just be in uncomfortable social scenes. So basically freshman year. And the summer before freshman year, I was extraordinarily nervous and anxious, and there was this voice in my head telling me, you know, making friends is too hard. Who would want to be friends with you? Who would want to hang out with you? And I became very anxious, and my anxiety got worse, and my eczema was everywhere, covering my legs, and it was just awful. And this makes me upset because if I had been more confident in myself in being able to transition, I think that I would have had a much better time doing so, especially since I ended up transitioning really well. It would have been really nice to have that confidence in myself. The second reason why I'm personally committed to being nicer to myself is to help my self-image. When it comes to my body, I could not be meaner to myself. There are many people who think that being skinny is the key to being happy with your body, and I am someone who can tell you that those people are idiots because it is most definitely not the key. And even though I am thin, there are so many things that I wish I could change about myself. My roommate once told me that it's unfair that I'm so thin without having to work at it because I have a high metabolism. But as soon as she said this, all the things that I hate about myself came to mind. And when I looked in the mirror, all I could see was my acne, my small boobs, my lack of hips, my pale skin, my frizzy hair, my big nose, and so much more. And this makes me sad because I wish that I was someone who didn't place such a high worth on looks, or just could care less about my appearance in general. So now I'm going to share with you 3 actions that I'm taking to help me improve on my personal commitment. The first action that I'm taking is that I have decided to readjust how I think of social media and my presence on it, and start basing, my pictures and what I post on social media for things that I like and I enjoy, and not, judge what people think of me based on how many likes I get or how many followers I have. The second action that I'm taking is that I'm basing self-worth off the actions that I take, not the grades that I receive or the items that I have in my life. The third action that I am taking is that when I look into the mirror, I tell myself that I'm beautiful and I'm worth it, and I'm stopping comparing myself to others. So fourth, the way that this made me feel was basically instant relief and happiness. It's very hard to stop comparing yourself to others and doing things like this, but I'm working at it, and it provides me with better feelings towards each day. So in summary, I've told you 2 reasons why I'm personally committed to being nicer to myself, and 3 actions that I am taking to do so. There is a long way to go before I'm able to stop comparing myself to others and complete these actions fully, but I am working on it. So there should be no doubt in this room that I am personally committed to being nicer to myself. And as I said, it's going to be a while before I'm 100%, 24/7 happy with how I treat myself. But I'll probably always be my own worst enemy. However, everyone has flaws, and the flaws are what make us who we are. And I'm proud of who I am. So thank you.
5 minutes. Thank you.
Hi, John. I really like your speech. I think you did a good job, and I like that you admitted that you're not really nice to yourself, because I think a lot of people have that problem, like you said, with like social media and stuff. You mentioned that too. I think it's hard to like not compare yourself to others, because like the world's so like focused on who looks like this and who looks like that. So.
Thank you, Jalvon. How can she be more effective next time?
Hi,
Hi,
Michelle.
Michelle.
I think your speech was really good. Like just the stories, the reasons, and just how it flowed. So the only thing I could say is maybe put some more emotions, just to show like how much your anxiety affected you.
Interesting. Thank you, Michelle. Well, Amy, I really liked your speech. I thought you took the personal part of the assignment to heart and shared a lot of really private and personal things. And I think it took real courage, and I appreciate that very much. You started with this dramatic statement, which is of course true. Everyone has flaws. And then you cited author Lisa Kleypas. You are your own worst enemy if you can learn to stop expecting impossible perfection in yourself and others. You may find happiness that has always eluded you. Good opening quote, appropriate for what you were about to talk about, which was being nicer to yourself. Your preview was fine. Your significant statement was a good significant statement. It was designed to tell people, I think all of you have had these kinds of self-doubt, and you can relate to what I'm about to tell you. You told us about eczema, your rash, and you told us the story of you coming to UCLA and how you completely broke out because of the dialogue you talked to yourself about, that you weren't worthy, it was going to go badly, and the dialogue caused you to break out all over. And I thought that was very interesting, and to share that with us, and that was very personal and very good. It's what I wanted from the speech. Yes. On your second example of your self-image, you talked about the fact that you aren't exactly thrilled by being skinny. You detailed your acne, your small boobs, my lack of hips, my big nose, my frizzy hair, my pale skin, and so much more. That was a mouthful, but that took a lot of courage to, honestly detail what you thought, I don't know, God gave you or whatever, And I thought that was Good. You could have, I agree a little bit with the last comment. You said that makes me sad because I wish I was someone that didn't care so much. And it really kind of depresses me that I've so incorporated the Americans' standard of beauty with big tits and all that crap that the media pushes on all of us, right? And it's really kind of sick because people really go to far extreme surgery and all kinds of throwing up and all kinds of crazy stuff to get to this elusive look. Your actions were consistent with your PC. Your summary was good, your conclusion was good, and your tie back was honest. You're not there yet, but you're working toward it. And so I thought that was good. A little bit more emotions and a little bit more vocal variety just to make it more interesting. But I thought this was a brutally personal, honest, personal commitment speech. You said be on time, be candid, and be emotional were your canais. How'd it go?
I think I have a hard time focusing between remembering what I'm supposed to say and being both emotional and candid, I guess.
Yeah.
Just because I'm focusing on the words I'm trying to
Right.
tell people as opposed to being in the moment.
Right. Felt
but I guess I was on
sensing.
time,
Yeah.
so that's
Yeah.
good.
Okay. Well, if you can remember your sadness and your anxiety and felt sense it, then it will come through. But I thought this was a very, very honest and powerful personal commitment speech. Thank you for giving it. Okay, that will bring us to melody.